Hello children, in the last class we have studied why Mendel selected pea plant for his experiment. In this class we are going to study how he conducted his experiment. He conducted his experiment in 3 steps. Okay, the first step is selection of pure parent plant. Selection of pure parent plant. What do you mean by pure? Pure is otherwise known as true breeding. So that is a true breeding variety. How a true breeding varieties are obtained? These are obtained by self-pollinating a plant for many generations. Suppose a plant is self-pollinating for many generations. Okay, so in every generation, if it shows the same character like that of the parent plant, it is considered as parental or true breeding variety. Suppose you take a true tall plant. If it is self-pollinated, you can say it is self-pollinated. So if this, after self-pollination, if it gives a tall character progenies, again it is self-pollinated, again if it is giving the tall character, in successive generation, if it continuously give the same tall character, we call or we consider it as a true breeding variety. This is how Mendel selected a pure or true breeding varieties. Okay. The next step is, second step is hybridization of pure parent plant. So true breeding varieties are selected, and then the two varieties of true breedings are hybridized, crossed. Now suppose we are taking tall plant, which is a true breeding, and a dwarf plant, which is also a true breeding variety. It is crossed. It is crossed by artificial hybridization. In the last class we have studied the steps of hybridization. What are the steps of hybridization? That is emasculation, bagging and testing. So by this process, this true breeding varieties are hybridized. Now this plant are considered as parental generation, or you can write parents. So this is considered as parents. So after hybridization, the progeny obtained from this hybrids progeny, they are hybrid, they are showing the hybrid qualities. Why? Because these two parents, these two varieties of plants were crossed to obtain a hybrid variety, and this is known as F1 generation. F1 generation or first filial generation. So how a first filial generation is obtained? First filial generation is obtained by crossing a pure plant. Two varieties of pure plants are crossed, and the progeny obtained from this cross is known as the first filial generation. Is it clear? Now the third step. What is the third step? Third step is self-pollination in hybrid. So we got a hybrid plant. Okay, this is a hybrid plant in F1 generation. Okay, that hybrid plant is self-pollinated. Suppose this is the hybrid plant which is obtained by the crossing of two true varieties of parent plant. So this hybrid plant is allowed to self-pollination. Okay. After self-pollination, the progeny obtained from this self-pollination, we consider it as a F2 generation, that is second filial generation. So how the second filial generations are obtained? By self-pollinating the hybrid ones, that means the first filial generation. By self-pollinating the first filial generation, the progeny obtained from this generations are known as second filial generation. Likewise, if this progeny is self-pollinated again, so again another generation are formed, that is said to be the F3 generation. Okay, these are the three steps of experiment conducted by Mendel. So what are the steps? The first step is selection of pure parent plant. How the pure parent plants are selected? Pure parent plants are selected by self-pollinating the plant for many generations, and in many generations, if the same character is appearing, it is considered as a true breeding variety. Okay, next. What is the next step? That is the hybridization of the pure parent plant. Okay, so two varieties of pure parents are crossed artificially by artificial hybridization, and the progeny obtained from that cross is known as the first filial generation. The third step is self-pollinating the plant for many generations, or you can say self-pollination in the hybrid. So F1 generation is allowed to self-pollination, and by self-pollination progenies are obtained. That progenies are considered as the F2 generation. The successive progenies obtained by self-pollination is considered as F3 generation, F4 generation as such. Okay. Now we'll study what was his result. Result of this experiment. As you know, here only one character is taken at a time for a cross. So this cross is known as mono-hybrid cross. This cross is known as mono-hybrid cross. Okay, so what is the first step? Tall plant, which is pure, is crossed with dwarf plant. This is considered as parent, or you can say parental generation. So these two varieties are crossed. For cross, what is required? Gametes are required. Okay, so gametes are formed. We can write in the next step as gametes. So as this is a pure plant, so it is having homozygous alleles, and it is also a pure plant, so it is also having homozygous alleles. So the genotype, we'll write it as capital T, capital T. Here we'll write it as small t, small t. During gamete formation, the pair of allele gets separated. The pair of allele gets separated, and the gamete will receive one allele of this gene. Only one allele of this gene. Okay, so next gamete will receive another allele. This allele will go to this gamete, and this allele will go to the next gamete. Okay, similarly here also the allele gets separated, and only one allele will go to the gamete. Okay, now you can see here gamete is carrying the similar types of allele. For our convenience, we will take only one gamete. Okay. The fusion of this gamete forms F1 generation. Okay, the fusion of this gamete, when it is fused and it forms capital T, small t. Genotype, what is the character? The character is tall. Okay. Okay, all the progenies obtained by this cross shows only one character. Okay, now what is the next step? This hybrid plant is allowed to self-pollinate. You know, since it is a bisexual flower, okay, that is stamens and pistils are present in the same flower, so we can write here male and female. It produces both male gamete and female gamete. How the gametes are produced? Again, the next step is gamete formation. Gametes are produced by the separation of alleles. During the formation of gamete formation takes place by a process of meiosis. So, during the process of meiosis, what happens? The paired condition of allele gets separated and only one allele will go to the one gamete. So, we can say the gamete receive only one allele. So, another allele here. Okay, small t, capital T will go to the one gamete, another allele small t will be going to the another gamete. Okay, so here also this gamete will receive capital T and this gamete will also receive capital T, as it is a bisexual flower. Both the male reproductive organ and female reproductive organs are present in the same flower. So they produces the male gamete and female gametes. So now we will see the F2 generation. What is the F2 generation? F2 generation can be represented in the form of a Punnett square. Okay, this is a Punnett square. Okay. Here we will represent, here we will write male gamete and female gamete. What is the male gamete? Capital T, small t, here capital T, small t. When these two gamete fuses and forms a homozygous dominant, when these two fuses to form heterozygous dominant, when these two fuses, again it forms heterozygous dominant, when these two fuses it forms homozygous recessive. While writing, you should not write small letter first. Whenever you write, you should write the capital letter first, then you have to write the small letter. So these are the possible genotype of the offspring of F2 generation. What is the phenotype? Phenotype is tall, 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 and this is dwarf. Okay, so we can write, what do you mean by phenotype? Phenotype is the external or physical appearance. Externally, the plant appears tall, but genotypically these two are heterozygous. This is homozygous dominant and this is homozygous recessive. We'll write the phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio, what is the phenotypic ratio? What is the phenotypic ratio? You can see tall, 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 3 talls are there and 1 dwarf, 3:1. So what is the genotypic ratio? Genotypic ratio is homozygous dominant, only 1 is there. Okay, heterozygous dominant, 2 are there, and homozygous recessive 1. So phenotypic ratio is 3:1 and genotypic ratio is 1:2:1. So this is the result from his experiment. What is his conclusion? In his conclusion, by this experiment, he proposed the principle of inheritance. So we'll study what is its principle. The first principle is conclusion. The first principle is principle of dominance. What is principle of dominance says? When two varieties of plants were crossed, only one, or you can say when two traits are crossed, only one trait appear in the F1 generation, another trait is hidden. The character or the trait which expresses in the F1 generation is known as the dominant trait. Here you can see tall is a dominant one, that is expressed. Dwarf is unable to express. Okay, but the dwarf character is expressed in the F2 generation. Okay, so that is known as recessive character. So what is recessive? The character which is hidden in the F1 generation but expresses in the F2 generation is known as the recessive character. Okay, so what this principle of dominance says, when two two true breeding parent plants were crossed at the time, only one trait appear in the F1 generation. The trait which appear in the F1 generation is known as the dominant trait, and the other trait which is hidden in the F1 generation but expresses in the F2 generation, that is known as the recessive trait. So this is the principle of inheritance. What is the next principle? Second principle is principle of segregation. Principle of segregation, or you can say purity of gametes. Principle of purity of gametes. So what is this principle of purity of gamete? What we have seen that during the formation of gamete, what happened? The paired condition of the allele gets separated or segregated. Segregation means separation. The paired condition of the allele is separated or segregated during gamete formation, and the gamete will receive one allele of the gene. Okay, that is known as the principle of segregation. So what is the principle of segregation? During gamete formation, the paired allele separate or segregate, and the gamete will receive only one allele of a gene. So they are also known as purity of gamete. Why? This gamete is pure for this allele. Okay, so that is why it is also known as purity of the gametes. What is the third principle? The third principle is principle of independent assortment. Third one is principle of independent assortment. In order to understand this principle, we should first study the dihybrid cross. Dihybrid cross. What is dihybrid cross? Dihybrid cross means we are taking two characters at a time for a cross. Two characters are in monohybrid character. How many in monohybrid cross? How many characters are taken at a time? Only one character are taken at a time for a cross. Here we are taking two characters at a time for a cross is known as dihybrid cross. Let us study what is this dihybrid cross. So now we'll take two characters. That is, let us take color of seed is one character, and another character is color of, we can take the shape of the seed. Okay, shape of seed. So what is the color of the seed? That is yellow. Okay, what is the shape of the seed? Dominant is round. Okay, now it is crossed with the recessive character is green. The recessive character of round is wrinkled. That means a plant is taken in which the seed color is yellow and the shape of the seed is round. And this plant is true breeding varieties. Okay, and the recessive character is green color seed and the shape of the seed is wrinkled. So this character is taken, this plant we consider it as a parental generation. So we can write here as parent. Okay. Now as it is a homozygous condition, we can say it is a true breeding varieties. The genes are always in a homozygous condition. For yellow we'll write capital Y, capital Y. For round we'll write capital R, capital R. Okay, here small y, small y, small r, small r. Okay, what is the next step? Again, gamete formation. As we have studied, during gamete formation, allele of a gene get separated. So here how many genes are there? 2 genes are there. One gene is carrying the color, another gene is carrying the shape. So this allele of this first gene will separate, and that allele is received by the gamete, and the second gene, that is the shape of the seed, that gene's alleles also separate, and that allele is received by one gamete. Okay, so this allele, this is one gene, this is the second gene. So this alleles, that means allele of this gene and allele of this gene separates and enter into the gamete. Similarly, here also allele of this gene and allele of the second gene will enter into the gamete. Okay, what is the next step? That is F1 generation. So how the F1 generation is formed? F1 generation, the gamete fuses and forms capital Y, capital R, small r. This is the genotypic character. Phenotypic character is yellow, round, yellow, round. Again, self-pollination of this plant is done so since it is a bisexual flower, both male reproductive organ and female reproductive organs are present in the same flower, so it produces male gametes and female gametes. Now you have to be very careful here. Here actually what happened, the independent assortment. One gene is a color and another gene is showing the shape. So this first allele can go with the second gene's dominant allele, and also it can go with the recessive allele. Okay, similarly, so we can say it is independently assorted irrespective of dominance and recessive. Similarly, the first gene's recessive allele will go with the other gene's dominant allele as well as the other gene's recessive allele. So we'll get, the gamete will receive capital Y, capital R, capital Y, capital R. Okay, this is capital Y, small r. Okay, again the small y, capital R, and small y, small r. Here capital R and small y, small r. This is known as independently, that means the gamete formation is also independent. Okay, now you can see 4 different types of gametes are formed. Okay, similarly female also produce 4 different types of gamete. Now the F2 generation will represent it in a Punnett square. Here, this is the Punnett square. Now, you see, this is the Punnett square. We have written the female gametes over here. We have written the male gametes over here. You see, this gamete, male gamete, when fuses with the female gamete, produces YY, capital RR. So here capital Y, capital R, small r. So likewise you have to cross the entire Punnett square. Now let us count the number of yellow round varieties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8 and 9. 9 yellow round characters are seen. Okay. Now next is yellow wrinkle. 1, 2 and 3. So 3 yellow wrinkles are formed and green round. 1, 2 and 3. So 3 green round is formed and next is only 1 green wrinkled. So what we have seen, this yellow round is the parental character. What we have crossed in the parental generation, yellow round character is crossed with the green wrinkled character. Okay, so these two are the parental characters, but a new combination is formed. Yellow seed, color of the seed is yellow, but the shape of the seed is changed. It become wrinkled. And what about the color of the seed here? Here the color of the seed is green and the shape is changed. As what we have taken in the parental generation, color of the seed is yellow and the shape of the seed is round. And the color of the seed is green and the shape of the seed is wrinkled. So a new combinations are formed. Here this is said to be the recombinant. Recombinant. These are said to be the new combination. New combination is formed by this cross. Now, we can write the phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio. What is the phenotypic ratio? Physically, it appears as 9:3:3:1. Okay. What is the genotypic ratio? Genotypic ratio, simply you remember this as 1:2:2:1:2:2:1:2:1:2. When you count both, you will get 16. Here also you will get 16. Here also you will get 16. Okay, this is the phenotypic ratio and this is the genotypic ratio. Okay, now what is principle of independent assortment? Two pairs of traits were combined together in hybridization by a process of hybridization, and the two pairs segregate or separate independently. They separate independently and independently they assort. That is known as principle of independent assortment. Is it clear? This is the dihybrid ratio. Earlier we have studied the monohybrid ratio. What is the monohybrid ratio of phenotype? That is 3:1. Here the phenotypic ratio of dihybrid is 9:3:3:1. The genotypic ratio of monohybrid cross is 1:2:1. Here the genotypic ratio of dihybrid cross is 1:2:1:2:4:1:2:1:2. Okay, is it clear? Now, in the next class, we will be studying other types of inheritance. Till then, bye-bye.